All right, so Fizz, Teemo here. So these are two fantastically elusive champions that work well together. So Teemo here, who's very adorable. He's always elusive, and every time he hits our opponent's Nexus, he plants 5 puff caps into their deck. For people that aren't familiar, these attach basically traps to cards in their deck where when they draw the card with the trap on it, they take 1 damage. Teemo levels up when you've planted 15 plus poison puff caps. And his leveled mode's a little bit bigger, and he doubles the amount of puff caps in the opponent's deck every time he hits them. Fizz is a 2-1 for 1 that's not always elusive, but every time you cast a spell, he counters all spells and skills targeting him and gains elusive till end of turn. And he levels up after you've cast 6 spells. His leveled mode retains his protection and evasion, and then on Nexus Strike, he creates a Chum in the Waters, which gives us a Sharky Shark. So, the way we leverage Teemo and Fizz together is we have these clump of wumps, which make these mushroom clouds, which are spells that put puff caps in the opponent's deck, as well as Chump Wump, who gives you 2 mushroom clouds. So these other units that we play, these other allies, work with both Teemo and they work with Fizz for good synergy. The rest of the deck is a variety of interactive elements like Make It Rain and Mystic Shot and Get Excited, which can interact with our opponent's board as well as double up as Reach in our tempo deck to close the game out once we get our opponent low. And then at the top end of our curve, we have one of my favorite cards of the game. We got some Riptide Rex here, Shark with the cannons. That lets us, when he comes into play, if we've plundered, dealt damage to the opponent that turn, we get to Cannon Barrage and blast their board up. So let's go ahead and pop on into some games here. If you're new to Runeterra and hanging out for my Magic segment, I'll do my best to explain some of the details of the gameplay when we get started here. Let me just put some of my new emotes on from the festival that's going on. So, Runeterra has some of the highest in-game player agency of any card game I've played ever. The priority and turn structure system is quite pleasant and good and allows a lot of back and forth interactive gameplay. So the resource system, similar to Hearthstone, you gain a mana and replenish your mana every turn. However, both players play on both turns in this game. So it's not like Hearthstone where I play on my turn and they play on their turn. There's back and forth on the turn similar to Magic. So Ashe, Sajani, Thydemir. I'm going to mulligan the Riptide Rex and the Get Excited and the Clump Wumps, I think, looking for a Teemo or a Fizz to start. I'm going to keep the Make It Rain because they're almost certainly an Omen Hawk deck. So we get to see our opponent's champions to start here, so we can make educated mulliganing decisions. And look at that, we mulliganed into both Fizz and Teemo, and my opponent has an Omen Hawk on one. Look at that. So, while both players play each turn, who gets to attack each turn rotates back and forth. You can see here, my opponent has the sword, which is the attack token. So they get to attack with their 1/1 this turn if they would like. So they declare attackers, I declare blockers. I don't want my elusive guy to trade off with their 1/1 here. So because I don't have a spell to make Fizz elusive, I'm just not going to play him out this turn. I'm just going to go ahead and attack for 1. You see he hits, he plants some puff caps in my opponent's deck, so up to 5 puff caps.
You can see the Devastian border from here.
And then let's go ahead and Make It Rain, which deals 1 damage to 3 random things on my opponent's side, so we'll deal 1 to their Nexus, 1 here, and 1 here. This is a card that has some variance on bigger boards, but also deals, it also has no variance on smaller boards like this. I'm gonna play Fizz here, and then we'll Mystic Shot this and then open on attacks next turn. So the way the turn structure in this game works, your units can attack the turn you play them, but if you play a unit before attacking, your opponent gets to play a chance or slow spells before you attack, which means they get a chance to block. So even though if I played Chumpwump here, he could attack right away, that would give my opponent a chance to play blockers, and they currently don't have a board, so I want to start by attacking, which we call opening on attacks in Runeterra, so my two little guys here can get in before they have a chance to play to the board. They are brittle stealing my poor little Teemo here to take his power away, so he will not get to plant Puff Caps here, unfortunately. This thing is +1/+1 from the Omen Hawk earlier. I don't think my opponent has anything for 1 to kill my stuff here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and play this out and get my Mushroom Clouds.
Tremble before the winter's claw.
Overwhelm and Regeneration. So normally things don't heal in this game when you from turn to turn, but with generation, it means with regeneration, it means they do. I'm gonna go ahead and pass. I'm assuming they're gonna attack here.
Set it all ablaze.
This is gonna get to block Teemo next turn anyways. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and go block like this. And if I mouse over here, I get to see what's gonna happen in combat, which will leave both of these at 1 life. And then I can make it rain to clean up the mess. And then we'll still have Fizz out here as a threat to kill and be attacking with.
You're boring.
Yeah, if they have Elixir, I get a little blown out here. I'm gonna go ahead and do this, so they have to Elixir. They have to Elixir pre-combat. They have 5 Shrooms in their deck at the moment.
I wasn't strong enough.
Spirits were really good. Easy deck of the day.
Lucky you. I'm the last thing you'll see.
Doesn't Teemo level on double mushrooms? It does, but then that plays my burst spells out, so I don't have them for Fizz later. I would like to save these to protect Fizz, and I'm going to Make It Rain anyways to trade with their 4/5, so the Make It Rain's going to kill their thing anyways, so there's really no incentive to be aggressive with my cards there.
Find the knife.
So this is, in addition to being elusive, is also fearsome, so she can only be blocked by things that have 3 or more attack. Huh? If I play both of these Fizz levels, is that worth it? Probably. So Fizz levels when I played 6 spells. Do you value Fizz or Teemo more in this deck? Depends on what your hand looks like and what matchup you're playing. So I'm gonna chum in the waters here. You can see here, I don't think something I've talked about is spell mana. So even though I didn't use one of my mana there, I didn't lose that mana. It banked for the next turn, which is sweet. Go ahead and chum here, which makes me a 5/2 and makes her vulnerable, so I can force her to block next turn. So when Ashe attacks, she frostbites my largest thing. So Fizz is going to go ahead and take lose his power there. This was actually the best draw in my deck. So that does 1, which triggers Plunder. So I get to Shark and set up that Cannon Barrage I talked about. It also makes Fizz elusive. We're recalling my shark, sure. One of the things that really makes Runeterra's gameplay good is the fact that because you draw a card each turn, you can play cards that are lower individual power levels but are synergistic. Like in Magic, a card like Warning Shot would basically never be playable, but in Runeterra, you can play it to enable things like Plunder and Fizz's text because you have more cards on average. That's a really god-awful take, Pi. And that's really, you're not new here. You can bugger off. I don't want you welcome in my chat anymore. Like, again, you basically just came in here and did what I talked about earlier hating, which was you came in here and asserted that I was wrong while offering no evidence to the contrary when I offered evidence to support my point. Like, just stop it. Ashe Sajani. I think I'm full. Usually, you want a Fizz or a Teemo in your opener, so I think I'm gonna full Mulligan here and try and find one of my 2 better 1-drops. Perfect. Really unfortunate to have 2 suit-ups to open on here, but it is what it is. I think I'm just casting Suit Up this turn. We'll like open on attacks next turn. We'll get to bank a spell mana here. Yeah, that card might be playable now that it got buffed, Percy. I'm playing the Fearsive Elusive 1-drop. I'm playing this card. Maybe it's wrong to play this. I'm supposed to play out Chumpwump this turn. If I played out Chumpwump, I could level Teemo. My opponent's factions don't have elusive cards in them, so I think I'm fine to not open on attacks here. Okay, that's a pretty big punish for not opening on attacks.
You won't feel it first.
If I suit this up again, he'll live, right? That's how that works. Because this checks upon resolution. So, probably want to get excited this and then hope Make It Rain can kill these 2. Do I open on... I'm going to play Chumpwumps now because it's a decent blocker. It trades with their 5/4.
What did you catch? Hot on the trail. Leaping into action.
Hold it, sweetheart.
So they must have the destroy everything with 5 power or less here, right? That's what I'm reading on this.
Save the host.
So I'm gonna lead on Zap here. And then if they play their card to try and kill these, I can level Teemo in response with these. They know these are face up, right? So like they know the level up's coming. Yes, they have Reckoning. So I get to go Mushroom Cloud here, which levels Teemo up to a 5/5. I don't know. Maybe they just don't have a better play. Wait, what? What just happened? This was a 4/4, right? Easy, good ban. Yeah, okay, let's find out. Yeah, alright. Well, I mean, this game's done now, right? I played my turn assuming that was gonna... I love how we had how we were talking about people take my words out of context and talk about how I refuse to admit I'm wrong because I expect people to have good faith and like show me facts and stuff. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have to go back. And check that. I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be a 5/5, right? Because it gained a toughness. It was a 4/5 there. Yeah, maybe it was some kind of bug from shooting it up when it was frostbitten. That was really weird. That's the first time I've encountered an issue like that. I don't know if I'm misunderstanding the rules, or if it was a bug from like the frostbites and the suit ups. Yeah, that's also true. This isn't an airport. You don't need to announce your departure. I'm gonna keep one Zap. I'm gonna mulligan these other two. Riptide's something you basically never want in the opener in this deck. And hopefully we find a cheap spell that'll work with Fizz here. I'm gonna lead on Prowling Cutthroat here, because they could be Parlay playing Bilgewater. Oh, opponent is on no champions. That's true.
Who's on top of the bounty board today?
Well,
You won't feel it first.
right? It's like they know. Thanks for the clip. I appreciate it. The Undying deck, okay. So I expect them to hook Fizz here, I would imagine.
Point a shoot.
Yeah, this making things vulnerable with the Undying is pretty sweet. Only problem with the deck is not drawing the undying. Yeah, that could be an issue. Actually, let's do this. Thanks for the 350, Niv.
Can't say no to Fizz.
I know you refuse to admit you're wrong. You refuse to admit that you refuse to admit you're wrong. It's just wrong. I would need you to admit that you refuse to admit. Yeah, the plan here is race them with elusives. I've got some burn here in hand too, which is nice.
That egg didn't move.
Is it worth giving up 2 points of dome damage to deny their card draw? Probably not. Oh, really? It's an MMO? Fable 4 is going to be an MMO? That's sad. I have no desire to play an MMO. Actual 0.
I must get out of here.
Yeah, do you have a source on that? I'd appreciate it too. Suggest new. It's a rumor. Okay, so not confirmed. This card's actually incredibly tough for us to beat here. So we're only at we're going up to 6 mana, so we can't shark for 2 turns. I think we get excited to not burn spell mana here, or do I want to hold on to this for now? Now I'm gonna get excited to not lose mana for the time being. And then next turn... Maybe I'm supposed to hold on to the mushroom spell because it's burst. That's a really good draw. That's a good one too. I think I'm actually gonna suit up the 1/1 rather than Fizz here because it adds more damage. And this is actually lethal with these, right? That's pretty good. Okay, so we're at 14 with the blocker here. Next turn, I have Warning Shot into Riptide.
Put on me mask, secure me tail, start the day.
Why block the 3/3? Because they have Neverglade Collector.
Pay dirt.
Opponent is playing championless duders. And then I think I actually Mystic Shot at end of turn here too. So this way next turn I can go Warning Shot attacks to start. It's a decent draw.
Open wide, sugar.
So I can suit up and Riptide here. So if they have like a deal 3, I can save my thing. They have another grasp here. So this will save my thing, right? That sets it back to a 4-4. Do you have a Vile Feast as well? Oh no, I think we're dead, chat. I think we're dead. If we had rallied with the Fizz spell, would we have won? I don't believe so.
Where are you?
Lose 3, but attack for 7. I mean, they were at like 10 there, chat. So I think the answer is no. I believe the answer is no. If you attacked with Wumped... Oh, that's a good call. Okay, so the alternate line, yeah, so that's the better one. I should have attacked with the Wump and then used Fizz's spell on the Wump so I hit for 7/7. That would have been lethal. That's the one. Because the Fizz spell rallies for you. The Fizz spell rallies. Yeah, that would have done it. It's a good catch. A full mulligan for one of our best 1-drops. Nailed it.
Reporting in. Swiftly. More mushrooms.
Just gonna bank spell mana here, I think. Alright. Do you have Rangers? Disciple. Yep. That's a good one. So, I think I just pass here, bank the spell mana, and plan to suit up Teemo when they hook him.
Let them be
Either.
so done.
Hoping to dodge a riposte here.
Counter and strike.
Yep.
No, no mushrooms.
No more mushrooms. Alright, let's try this again, huh? Yeah, with Karma being their second champion here, they might be like an all-in Protect the Queen deck, yeah.
For the honor, try me. without worry.
Brutal. Yeah, definitely all in on Fiora, huh? So Fiora is an alt win condition here, so she can force things to block her. When she's killed 4 things, they just win the game on the spot.
Keep up, keep up.
The finest blades for my
Good lord. That's real good. When the game effects shouldn't exist, change my mind. I think when the game effects are fine.
This will be quick.
I think they're good deck building problems. They're good deck building problems to have. Like getting to set up to do the thing is really neat. I can see this animation now too. It's pretty sick. The one time we got Fiora together on stream, our opponent didn't let us do the animation, and it was very sad. Yeah, I also agree that Fiora is uniquely pretty good against our archetype. We have a lot of 1/1s and 2/2s, and like we have some removal for her, but they had a lot of protection as shown there. The draft card game I play with my kids. Oh, I'm, tiny battles or little battles. If you're in the subs Discord, ping my wife. Or ping me and I'll check later. Christy probably knows off the cuff, but I don't remember offhand. Good animations in Magic when? Never? Probably never. Demacia stuff is really good against us, chat.
Yep.
Oh, I punted. I should have done nothing and then jury rigged to block. It's actually a huge mistake. It's a really, really big mistake.
Prepared for anything, team.
Because I can play this inside of combat. They definitely were attacking there.
push back the darkness.
That could easily cost us this game. This only does damage to their Nexus. It's not gut shot. Yeah, this card would be very, very good as gut shot. Oh, alright. I'm gonna try again. Let's try and, like, not make mistakes on turn one this time.
The Vandal Scout tries harder every time.
Alright. Take two, try and not mess up on the first turn. Fiora Lux. Ugh. A lot of people trying Fiora today, huh? We're in a full mulligan looking for one of our 1-drops.
Hey there. Don't mind the knife.
Get excited is a good one to have if they're Fiora deck.
Oh boy, here I go.
Here I go.
I'm ready.
Get to bank a spell mana here.
By my honor, you must die.
For the honor of House Logan.
Because on average, when I'm playing a non-magic game, the chat tends to be a lot less toxic and obnoxious. So I turn sub-only chat off for non-magic games.
I will control you. Your move.
What's a Protect the Queen deck? This is their queen, and they're gonna do their best to protect her. This is what I've been playing a little bit of off stream. I don't think this deck's tier 1, but I think it's relatively competitive. That's true too, not so new. Most of the people I time out or ban are people that come in here and are obnoxious because I'm playing a non-magic game. I think my favorite are the ones that are like, do you even stream Magic anymore? When it's been like an hour since I just finished streaming Magic, because they're just like incapable of looking at a schedule. Alright.
Let me at 'em.
The sun is shining. We should too.
What do you feel like its good matchups are? I mean, I think it's just like a reasonable deck that has okay tools, so it's fine in a lot of different places. I think your matchup against Fiora is bad, but other than that, I think you probably have play in most places. Fizz tends to be good against Iona decks, however, Iona decks being paired with Demacia. Demacia's tough, because Demacia has a lot of challenger units in it.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yeah, I'm enjoying doing a little bit of variety too, Sierra Death. So, next turn we get to do this.
Illuminate the enemy.
Yep.
Better, brighter than before.
So, the problem with this is my shark doesn't do direct damage anymore because of that, because of what they just did. Because all the cannonballs are going to go on her unless they play another unit out. I guess this is bad because I know they have that coming. I suppose we could potentially kill them next turn. Because I can warning shot. It's our first time Fizz is actually activated. So we'll go warning shot into hit with Fizz, kill you.
Wanna see a trick?
Can't detain Fizz. He's a slippery boy. Slippery boy. So we're able to kill their Fiora that game and able to run away with it when we took their best thing off the table. So not bad. Mulligan these, looking for other interaction or Fizz, or other cards that add mushrooms, so we can get the maybe we'll have a mushroom game this game. I'm gonna pass here, and then I think I'm gonna jury rig to kill this. Am I? Yeah, I think I'm gonna jury rig to kill this. The opponent is just playing Elise, so probably a little bit of a budget deck. Likely aggressive.
I pull the strings.
Adventure starts with mushrooms.
That is a phenomenal draw.
Demacian border from here.
So they're like definitely attacking.
We could use a bite.
Did you spoil the surprise?
This game set up very well for us. Yeah.
Armed and ready. Enough for everyone.
Teemo put on his big boy pants. Yep, suit up, Teemo. We're going in. All right, let's find out if Teemo turns into a 5-power thing here or not. Huh?
Everyone's a god.
He does. He didn't earlier. It bugged on us earlier. All right.
Grow freeze.
So it should be a 5-3 now.
Quite a collection.
Okay. Yeah, it must have... Something must have bugged with... I think I'm actually Mystic Shotting their thing here, because I don't want this to die to Vile Feast. Yeah, something must have bugged because of, like, Frostbite. Yeah, probably something Foobar because of Frostbite. Look at that! There's the Vile Feast I played around, chat. You love to see it. Alright, so we'll bank 2 mana, and we'll go up to 8 total mana here. This,
Like a fish in water.
makes us another one, so we have 5 here. Draws us a Make It Rain, not bad. Yeah, we could shoot him up again. So he doubles the number of puff caps in their deck, so they've now got 30 puff caps and 29 cards. Mostly play Teemo because he's elusive. Yeah, this could be useful with Fizz. They could also, like, kill my Teemo somehow, and then this turns into a backup Teemo because it's a Teemo's Mushroom Cloud. Like this. Like this, they have a Ruination.
Everything's right.
Victory was the mushrooms we planted along the way. See, Teemo gets it. Teemo understands there's more than just winning. You also gotta do the thing, Teemo. Teemo really gets it, Chad. He understands why card games are supposed to be fun. Teemo Jinx. Interesting. I think I'm mulliganing these two. I think I'm going to keep Mystic Shot to kill their Teemos. I'm going to mulligan Zap. Looking for one of our good 1-drops. Hand's not fantastic.
Fight or die.
This is tough, which means it takes 1 less damage inside of combat, or from any damage source. Our opponent is notably playing Fridge Lord or Frigoli or whatever you want to call it, the ice faction, so they do have pump spells here.
Oh boy, here I go!
Here I go. So if they attack like this, and they have like an elixir here, they can save one of their things. I'm assuming they have a trick to save something since they're attacking their 3-1 into my 2-2. They don't, and that just worked. God bless, opponent. We take those.
Hey, Zap, need a hand?
Can't say no to Fizz.
Can't say no to Fizz. I almost corrected your pronunciation that I remembered where I was. God bless. You understand how this works. So playing a spell here gives Fizz elusive. Let's do that and get on in here. The fact that they nerfed the elusives deck was really a pretty subtle power level upgrade to this deck that we're playing. There's a lot less other people that are blocking our Fizzes and our Teemos right now. Enlightened, this gets +4/+4.
Put on me mask, secure me tail, start the day.
Put on me mask, secure me tail, start my day.
Excuse you.
That's the part where we get +4/+4 and get savaged. Man, just no combat tricks out of them. It's very good for us.
Blessed by snow and stars.
Alright, we need to kill them faster here, so probably gonna open on Suit Up. Get in for 6. This puts them to 7. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm supposed to blow a bunch of spells there and level Fizz. So if they draw a Puff Cap next turn, I could maybe kill them. So I think I'm gonna load their deck up here and hope to do that. If they hit 2 Puff Caps, they're guaranteed dead. If they hit 1 Puff Cap, this could kill them.
I'll give you to the counter.
Yep.
precious season.
Yeah, I think I should have leveled Fizz there. Wow, 0 puff caps hit. That's so brutal.
You'll be sorry. No fear. You'll be sorry.
Gosh, we'd have hit him too. We're going to 6, so if they have a burn spell, we're dead. So I'm going to 3. So I need to Mystic Shot this, which means I go to 5, which means I'm not dead.
Everyone goes boom.
We're not dead yet. That's good. The yet is relevant.
This will be a good winter.
Tide's coming in.
One is not none, chat. One is not none. The back and forth of this game is just so incredible. Just so many. Punted by not Fizz shouldering. They're fair. I felt like if I Fizz shouldered, I would have willed the burn spell into their hand, though. So I felt like Ezreal sweating was a more appropriate feeling for the situation. Easy full mulligan here, looking for one of our 2 champions. Nailed it. Yeah, it's also possible I should have played around to get excited or a burn spell out of you, Gear. So I agree that your timing was bad, but I probably shouldn't have given you that as an out.
Adventure starts with mushrooms.
Life is a resource, not a score. If you ended at 1, it means you maximize that resource. Ain't that the truth? I think I'm just making it rain here. Actually, I'm going to take the hit because they're noxious, so they could have burn spells. So I'm going to bank spell mana here, so that way I can suit this up next turn. I think I just want to get aggressive.
I'll scout ahead.
They do also have a 5-1 challenger. Yep. And they have hawks, and they have more of these, so like could get more value out of this Make It Rain for sure. I like this deck a lot. It's like, it's an elusives deck, but it's way more tricky than the Kinko elusive deck from last season. It's got a lot of removal and stuff in it.
I need just a moment.
Not ideal, but we'll take it. Ideally, we would have killed the 2-1 as well, but as long as the 5-1's gone.
You can see the Nebastian border from here.
You've been down in the sump, haven't you?
You've been down in the sump, haven't you? I don't think I'm trading for either of these. I think I'm just taking 4 here. I want these to draw after I stack their deck full of puff caps. Alright, what if I zap here now? I can zap into this and then still have suit up. Their colors don't have...
Grow free.
Now, the downside to do it... Yeah, I don't want to get punished by Archer. I was just going to say, the downside to this play is getting punished by Archer, and this is going to put 15 puff caps in their deck and hit them for 5, so playing around Archer's probably right. It's a good call.
What did you catch?
Like a fish in water.
Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of reach in our hand right now. If they hit 2 puff caps, they die. Is that lethal anyways? I have 8 mana. Yep.
You own what you take.
So anyways, I started blasted. Bye, friends.
Victory was the mushrooms we planted along the way.
Yeah, like, I don't know if this deck's tier 1. I don't really worry about how competitive things are. I just play games to have fun, but I definitely think this deck got better than it was previously with them nerfing both the 2/2 elusive as well as the other things from the Kinko deck. In fact, there's been a lot less Kinko elusives on the ladder in this deck. That was a hard matchup for this. They could block our stuff. Yeah, Teemo and Fizz are probably 2 of the most fun champions in Runeterra. Easy full mulligan looking for our champions. That's true. Level Twisted Fate is great. Big agreed. Nailed it.
Another day in the field. Full scout ahead,
Never didn't have it, chat. Skill game.
everyone.
Never lucky. Yeah, listen. People watch this stream for the professionalism, okay? Piltover aggro, like one of the best reasons for aggro, having so many spells. Yeah, big agreed, Ian. Piltover, I think Piltover aggro is my favorite archetype in this game for sure. Okay, and I think we're just running the suit up, smack you for 4.
Never know what hit 'em.
Just very, very aggressive start here.
More mushrooms.
Have some more shrooms, and then like next turn I drop Chump Wump, and then we get to level Teemo up. Yeah, like that's absurd too, right?
A chill in the air. Hey, I'm still out the yodeling uniform.
Do they have the kill a thing? They could have Culling Strike here.
Oh, that's a harvest.
So he turns into a 5 again, right? Oh, they can still Resonating Strike. So he's gonna die? That's sad. Did not think about that. Rats, chat. We're gonna have a closer game than I thought. Thought we were gonna get a runaway. Little punish for playing this out. Could have Get Excited plus Mystic Shotted to kill this. If I hadn't been so aggressive. We're very good at hitting mushrooms off their neck so far.
Faster than my arrow? I think not.
Super unfortunate that she got hit by an Omen Hawk. Get Excited cannot kill her when she's a 6'4". Just draw Teemo. That is true. Drawing Teemo would be good.
You own what you take.
Yep.
How about another round?
Instead of getting excited, we get sad. Yeah, basically. I think I'm in a place that I have to do crowd control here. Do you have another elixir? Now, it's unfortunate that I had to use my burn spells there, because now I can't set up Shark next turn. That's a good draw, though. Let's see if they have a,
A true friend,
they have a Frostbite, yep. Yeah, they could draw a Puff Gap.
I love the smell of mushrooms in the morning.
Show them the way.
They also need to not open on attacks here, which is pretty likely, because Ashe is leveled. So, like, pretty good chance they open on attacks and kill us.
This'll take the chill.
Really? Alright, deal.
Not yet. Good to go.
Wow, that's actually kind of medium, huh? I guess we killed Sajani. Ah, we killed 3 things, right? No, we didn't. Only 2. I was hoping to kill 3 things there. Yeah, could have gone worse for sure.
Stand together.
Definitely could have gone worse.
Lead us to victory.
Well, Ashe is leveling, so she's going to 3. I could die with these blocks, but it's like pretty unlikely, right? Why is blocking Ashe correct? Instead of asking me if it's wrong, tell me why it's right. I'm pretty sure I just want to trade off the board. It's not saving 7 damage, it's saving 4 damage, which I don't think is worthwhile. They're not a Noxious deck. Like, they don't, it's not like they're a deck that has burn in it. My life total's a resource. Okay, so they draw Arrow here, which is slow. This is actually a great draw, because it gives me a blocker next turn. So if I play something out pre-combat, it gives them a chance to frostbite my board before I attack. But I think I'm okay with that, right? Because Ashe says frostbitten things can't block. So I think I'm supposed to say, okay, you want to fog me this turn, that's fine.
Me mask, secure me tail, start the day.
Like, I think that's actually okay for me.
A gift from Avarosa.
And I led on the 4-power thing here. So this way, after they frostbite my dorks, I can play Zap and attack with this still as an elusive thing.
Hey there. Don't mind the knife.
Isn't Jury Rig 0, but no, it's a 1/1. This card's very good.
Avarosans, stand together.
Okay, there's a Harsh Winds. And then this will frostbite this.
The time is right. Strike now.
You spoil the surprise? Push on without me.
Pretty sure I'm supposed to kill Ashe here.
Beautiful. The tribes.
Hey, Dad.
And then they're low enough that we're just stacking the decks here. They're gonna draw 2 cards. We'll open on attacks next turn. We'll get in for at least 3, probably 5 once they block these. So again, if I make it rain pre-combat, my opponent will get a chance to deploy more blockers, which I'd prefer they don't get a chance to do here, so I'm going to open on attacks.
Stand and defend.
There's 32 puff caps and 26 cards right now, and they're currently going to 2 with this attack. See if they've got more frostbites here. They have Harsh Winds, sure.
Quick, done for.
I love when we have live draws off of our deck and theirs, chat.
The savage cold.
Nailed it. Just razor thin margins. Hit the live draw off of both decks. Not gonna lie, I would have conceded long before that. Yeah, this deck that we're playing steals a lot of games. Like, you often feel like you're behind with this deck, and you're like trying to pick out okay, what's the sequence of burn spells and mushrooms that we're gonna hit to get out of this, and then you play to those out. And sometimes you get them and it's sick, and sometimes you miss. Bilgewater, noxious. I'm gonna mulligan for some cheap spells to protect Fizz here. The cheapest of spells to protect Fizz, chat.
Here I go. To the briny deep.
It's the highest mushroom count that the opponents have got. We put an opponent to triple-digit mushrooms on stream yesterday. We played a Teemo rally deck. It was sick. Oh, we got shinies? I want some shinies. Look at him! He's got a little helmet. That's so great. It's working our way up towards that one. Someone earlier said there was a Teemo emote. This is, I definitely need this, right? I feel like we need this. Apparently, there is a combo deck that with thousands of mushrooms in a deck, and the only limit is getting roped. I feel like not having the Teemo is it's kind of a punt. It's a business expense, yeah, something like that. Man, a lot of fridges on the ladder so far today. Did like Swim or Mogwai post something with this archetype? I feel like we played against a lot of it. What does my $25 means? It means for $25, I will play your Runeterra deck on stream at some point in the future. This deck and most of the decks are things that viewers have sent in. Oh, this is one I've worked on a little bit. This is our second time playing this. This was originally a build-around submission.
Another day in the field.
It's considered S tier. Okay. Just good cards. It is playing a bunch of good cards. It's an interesting matchup. Feels close a lot of the time. I feel like the bank spell mana onto turn 3 suit up is like something we do often in this deck, and it's generally very good. Sedge Ashe is an early frontrunner for best deck post nerfs. Okay. Yeah, I like Ashe as a champion.
Took the bait. Winter take you.
Keep up, keep up.
We am not supposed to do that. Are we about to get like challengered here? Or culling striked? Maybe I'm supposed to save the suit up in this matchup to respond to the culling strike. I could definitely see that.
Push on without me.
I'm through waiting.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Like a fish in water.
What will you have?
Let's do this.
They are.
So, what am I doing with my get excited here? Oh, this was wrong. I should have played Clumps. Should have played Clumps. Oh, and I have to skip blocks if I do this. That's awkward. Yeah, I should have played Clumps there. My sequencing was way off. They're gonna like +4/+4 and kill me. I should have played Clumps so I could trade here. There's the part where they avalanche me and I curl up in a little ball and cry. Nothing, eh? Love to see it. Sure.
I need just a moment.
Oh, this was a 6-2. Loose. You played Teemo Jinx deck. I have. It's very reasonable. The Make It Rain was bad. In my head, this was a 5-1, and I didn't look at it.
Nothing can stop me.
You're mine.
Lee Moon Civi, thank you for the entire year support. I really appreciate that. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Thanks for keeping me around. What's our best draw here? Probably a shark. Salvage is like the second best draw. Teemo's probably a good draw too. Don't let your memes be dreams, chat. Don't let your memes be dreams. See? The Teemo emote is already paying dividends, chat. The emote metagame is pay to win. You gotta get out here sleeping on that Teemo emote.
Line up.
Let's do this.
I know a challenge when I see one.
Okay. Not in a bad spot, but they're just not dead anymore. We'll be dead in our next turn, though, hopefully.
I'll show you how it's done.
Wow! We didn't even hit a mushroom on their deck there. We're so unlucky. Can y'all even believe how unlucky we are? Game's rigged, uninstall. Riptide is like Riptide is just like king of these mid-rangey games. Just such a good like catch up blowout. Like you get a little bit behind, they can like catch you back up, or it's reach if you're ahead. I'll do the full mulligan looking for our champions here. Didn't find our champions, we found a Prowling Cutthroat. Prowling Cutthroat is like our, we didn't have Fizz or Teemo, so we'll send you in. How the Runeterra updates been treating you? Good. I think the Runeterra balance team is really good at their job. Oh, this is the sleeve we're working towards next. This is a good example of why we play Prowling Cutthroat to make our suit-ups better here. So we're more likely to have a 1-drop. 1-drop into suit up is one of your best starts in this deck.
I deal in coins and cards. Eyes up here, or I'll cut 'em out.
Eyes up here, or I'll cut them out. Get rid of their elusive blocker here, so I can push more damage next turn. All right. We've created a monster, chat. And nobody wants to see monster no more. They want Teemo or chopped liver. Oh, it couldn't block because it only had 1 strength anyways. Oh, that's a good call, CR Death. It's a good call. Here's an interesting statistic from Saffron Olive. For the past 25 Pro Tours that have happened for Magic together, this is for my folks that also play Magic, only a single Pro Tour of the first 13 had a top deck with 25+% of the metagame. Of the last 12 Pro Tours, 9 of them have had a deck that was 25+% of the metagame. Which is, they're not only less diverse, they're consistently less diverse. So you're not just a Magic boomer. Magic has genuinely gotten worse. Should have let on Cutthroat to bait him.
You name it, I'll nick it. Just borrowing.
Hey there.
Don't mind the knife.
The emote meta is the real game. And like Runeterra even did things like, as someone who's like mutes all emotes on like every game ever, Runeterra even found a way for these to be fun. Like, I don't know, Riot's just real good at their job, chat. Jury rig. Rats. I'm doing this. I wanted a jury rig so I could discard it to this, but this is fine. Teemo Reclamation is also in the process of taking over Historic, by the way, if you haven't been keeping up on Magic. That is a chunky monkey, chat. He is a chunky monkey. I think I'm just passing here. So 2 turns from now. So on their next turn, I'll be able to... Alright, I'm gonna make it rain here, so this way they can't play out. So they can't play out another another unit and then possibly save Teemo. All right.
Leave them nothing.
Yes, that's my line.
Easy, Tiger.
We just do this.
Got me.
Such little lies.
Like a fish in water.
So I'm gonna want spell mana going into... You need to block Swain. Tell me why. Don't just tell me I'm wrong. Tell me why. Also, I literally couldn't block Swain on this board, so I have a timeout. That's like some peak Twitch chat right there. You need to make this play that's not a legal play. You need to, Jeff. You need to make it. You're throwing the game away by not making the illegal play. Cheat better, right? Ooh, that's great.
Lucky you.
Now I don't have to hold mana up for this. Don't make it rain. Alright, fingers crossed they don't open on attacks next turn. Play a unit, please.
Destination in sight.
Well, request granted, I guess. They did grant my request. They did it, maybe not that one. I didn't want that one. If they attack, I think I'm trading.
Battle station.
So we take 3 here, which levels their Swain.
Make 'em go boom.
Am I opening on attacks here? I almost feel like I'm not. Nah, they could have another unit. I'm gonna open on attacks.
Return fire.
We're gonna have a hard time closing out for here. This is, someone was asking earlier where this deck struggled when Swain, this type of Swain matchup's probably hard. They have a lot of units with high health totals, so our reach that doubles as removal isn't particularly effective here. We have 0 puff caps in their deck. Yeah, I assume we're dead here. Maybe like draw another shark, I guess, but even that might be stretching it. He's elusive. Yeah, that's a good one. You're trying it, lawyer. Yeah, it was a tough match. Oh, and like, this deck just like does basically everything I could want to do. I think I'm pretty happy with the list. I don't think we changed anything in that set. Started and ended in the same place. If you're looking for a sweet tempo deck, this is my pick. In terms of power level, I don't really know where it ends up at. I just know Teemo and Fizz are 2 of my favorite champions, and getting to play both of them together is incredibly satisfying. I think one of my favorite archetypes in general in Runeterra right now is Piltover aggressive decks because of having access to Mystic Shot, and Get Excited. I've not played it since the patch rolled out, Rogue, but we have played it in the past. If you're someone who's new to my Runeterra content, that's going to be it for me for today. Normally, I do 1 to 2 Runeterra decks every single afternoon here on stream, and they'll go up to my website and my YouTube channel. If you want to check out some of my past content, you can go to both of those places there. Be sure to give the channel a follow if you enjoyed it, and I'll be back again tomorrow afternoon with some magic to prefix it into some Runeterra afterwards. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Hope you're staying safe out there wherever you're at in the crazy world.